Hey everyone, hope you're having a great week, and thanks for tuning in to another Bona Training Camp video. You know, when we look over what the Bona Power Drive has done to the industry since being introduced in 2014, it's truly been a game changer. So it helps you do a better job, a faster job, it's easier on your body. I know it's helped some guys stay in the game, which is nice. It's also super easy to teach people on, and it just gives you a consistently great floor for you and your customers. But let's take a look from a high level at all the different things you can do with the Bona Power Drive, because we want to make sure you're incorporating all these or as much of them into your system as you can. Another really useful accessory is the Bona Diamond sanding plates. So we'll use these straight on the Bona Power Drive, and those are great when you're trying to tackle pre-finished floors, trying to sand those off, especially if it's that tough aluminum oxide or ceramic type finishes that can be just difficult for regular abrasives to cut off. And because we're usually working on an engineered floor, maybe a thinner engineered floor, I don't want to risk putting a drum mark or deep edge marks in a floor like that. So using something flat will still be nice and aggressive, as the diamond sanding plates are equivalent to about a 30 grit sandpaper. So it still gives me my aggressiveness, but it keeps it flat. Again, it's not as aggressive on the floor or taking off as much wood as a belt sander would anyway. So it's a much more sustainable option as well. And then we can move to the direct opposite of, we talked about steel plates and how flat those help keep your floor. You can also add on to your power drive wire brushes. So you've got both a steel option or what we call the Tynex brush. Typically we're using the steel brush, and that's to create that real 3D-ish type effect by scooping out the soft grain, used a lot on oaks or anything that has a discernible grain pattern to it. So we'll be using the steel wire brush on that, and then typically we'll follow up with the Tynex brush, because the steel brush can really rip up the grain a little bit. We want to soften that look and feel to the floor, so you follow up with the Tynex brush. Or sometimes guys just use the Tynex brush, particularly if you're working on a softer species, maybe a American cherry or pine that has a much more soft grain in it. You don't need the aggressiveness of the steel. Then you can just go with the Tynex brush by itself. So just one more option to add to the creativity on your power drive with wire brushes. When I look across this assortment of everything I can use and do with the Bona Power Drive, I've just got to say, if you don't have one, you got to get one. You're working too hard if you don't have a power drive, not only on your body. Again, when we say it can reduce your edging 50 to 80%, that should be enough in itself. But when you really understand everything you can use on it and everything you can do with it, it just helps your craftsmanship out that much more, helps you be more creative, and helps you create really beautiful, maybe one-of-a-kind floors for you and your customers.